United States right now who are preparing. I mean, we've been covering this on the show. I mean, we're talking 80, 100,000 Americans who are preparing right now for what's coming. So they're building these large facilities. Can you speak to some of the specifics of these facilities and who's facilitating this? Is this Department of Homeland Security? Is it Department of Defense? Is it NGOs with the help of with Mayorkas at the Department of Homeland Security? How is this coming together? What do these facilities look like?
I think they're going to look like just the facilities that we're seeing where the children are being held in, those FEMA camps. That's what they're building. They're building FEMA camps. The way she explained it to me was like the way she set up, her company would set up forward operation bases in military zones where they would go in, barbed wire fences, soft-sided, those big white tents that come across. We see the videos. We see it in Hollywood movies where you can put 5, 10, 15,000 people in and just jam them into quarters.
And I should point out, to your point, she's not making this up. This was her job, and she's seeing the bids coming through in the contracts. So this is not fantasy.
No, this is not. This might happen. This is happening. Now we come to the crossroads. Do you believe that your federal government has your best interest? It's simple as that. Do you believe our government is malicious and nefarious? Look what they're doing to January 6ers. Look at that. But think of on a massive scale. We don't have to go back far in history. They interned Japanese Americans in camps. So you're telling me this government, the government that's been lying to you for decades, is now all going to be kumbaya and they found God and they're going to do righteous things? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They locked you in your houses for months on some BS COVID stuff, right? COVID was real, but they locked you in your houses. What happens when we rise up and go, I'm not staying in my houses? Oh, you're not? National Guard, martial law, round them up. So I have a woman that I think is highly intelligent, very, very successful, has made a lot of money in her business, and now is devoting her life to fighting the federal government and exposing the truth. And she's telling me, JG, this is for dissidents. When I talk to experts, and then I fact check that expert, and I talk to other experts, and they validate, I cannot logically listen to someone like that and then dismiss her. No. You don't know what you're talking about. No, she obviously knows what the hell she's talking about, Clayton. Look, the more I...
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right? And there you have it. You've seen on the YouTube channel Redacted, they had an individual that was once a U.S. Border Patrol agent. Don't know if he's currently one or not, but he was once a U.S. Border Patrol agent, and he's, spilling the beans, okay? From his intel and his information that he's received, he said that they are building these centers, these internment camps, if you will, in each state, okay? And what are they looking to house? Dissidents, okay? They may house women and children, but he's saying for the most part, they're looking to house dissidents. And what is a dissident? Let's read it.
Dissident.
It is a person who opposes official policy. That's why he likened them to the January 6ers, okay? If you know what I'm talking about, you know that incident that took place on January the 6th, okay? And you can see these same things playing out this time around, okay? Except for this time around, they're going to have everything put into place, okay? They've got their camps, their internment centers, or whatever you want to call them, in every state. Why? Because there are Israelites in every state preaching this truth, okay? And not only, preaching this truth, but you have people that's following, okay? And they're going to have to round us up and take us to these internment camps and hold us there until we could A, either be reprogrammed, or B, be sentenced to a a hefty jail sentence, whatever they see fit, or C, do away with us, okay? Put us under, okay? So whatever it is that they're going to use these internment centers, these camps for, they're going to house us, okay? Now, we may be along with other individuals that believe that they are, you know, truth seekers or what have you, but those are going to be the easy ones, okay? Those are going to be the ones that they're going to break without any type of resistance, okay? And give them that mark and send them on about their way, okay? But you have individuals that it's going to take a little bit convincing, okay? Whether it's giving them a 50-year sentence or a 100-year sentence, or even putting the option of being hung or having their head beheaded, they're going to look to see those individuals, you know, play out another incident, okay? Because why? Those of us that are in this faith, in this truth, you know, we have to be prepared for this, okay? Point blank, all right? Now, you have individuals like these truth seekers that they're going to round up, but it's not anything compared to this truth that we are currently fighting to endure for, okay? So they're going to label us dissidents, all right? And the word dissident is a person who opposes official policy, okay? What are we opposing? We're opposing this wicked society. We pose a threat to them in their new world order, their next phase, okay? We pose a real threat to them, so they're going to seize to do away with us, okay? And make no mistake about it, they're coming for us, all right? They've been tracking us. They've been watching our every day, our every move through our smartphones. If not our smartphones directly, somebody close to us, okay? Whether it's a friend, a loved one who don't know, but yet they're in close proximity to us, so they can use them and their smartphone to track our whereabouts, okay? Just handing it off one to another, okay? So make no mistake about it, and we're going to bring it out in articles, okay? Because I get it. It may seem crazy and cuckoo, and you may label us conspiracy theories for thinking like this, but this is all biblical prophecy, all right? So it says dissident, a person who opposes policy. And we oppose their new world order. Why? Because we speak in righteousness, and they want to bring forth wickedness, okay? They want to bring forth total anarchy and go against the word of the Most High, all right? And we are a threat to their enterprise, so they got to do away with us, okay? They're not concerned about some truth seeker, some prepper that ain't talking about shit, man. They worried about us, okay? Why? Because we got the truth, okay? And it exposes them. So they looking to do away with us, okay? And they got a title, and they're going to classify us as a dissident, okay? And I have a video I'm going to play so you can see how it could similar or closely be played out, okay? They're going to demonize us in the eyes of the public, all right, to make us seem like we are, you know, a dissident, a terrorist, a capital T, and you could spell the rest, S, okay? They're going to make it seem like we treasoning against their agenda. They're going to put all type of evidence on us. They're building up evidence against us. Like Denzel said in Training Day as Alonzo, I'm putting cases on all y'all asses, okay? So they putting cases on all of us. They building up cases on all of us, okay? They've been tracking us. They've been watching our every movements. They've been sending sentinels to see exactly who we are, to get intel on us, whether it's salesmen posing as, whether it's individuals posing as salesmen selling you or trying to sell you solar panels for your roof, gutters for your roof, whatever it is, okay? They've been collecting intel on us, all right? Coming and knocking on our doors. They know who we are, okay? They just making sure that we are home at those specific times. Why? Because they've been tracking us through our smartphones, so they already know exactly what it is that they're going to have ready when they get ready to, okay? Not saying that every individual that comes up to your door and knocks on your door is one of the agents. No, I'm just saying they can use similar incidents like that to get more intel and information on their intended target, okay? Whether they want to get a brief conversation to gather voice analysis, whether they want to take a picture, whether they just want to, knock on the door and see if somebody will answer it, whether they want to look in and see how the layout of your house is, okay? Whether there's couches here or end table there or whatever, okay? Because it's nothing for them to go down to the city council and get blueprints on the layout of your house or your apartment. But you open the door and they can take a quick peek in and see exactly what's sitting here and what's sitting there, okay? So they taking intel on us, and they've been taking intel on us. And we're going to get that article in Google that now they getting ready to do away with Google Maps, where they no longer going to track your everyday movement, okay? Why? Because they've already gathered the intel on who it is that they've looking to, target once all hell breaks loose, okay? Make no mistake about it. They know whether or not you locked in for the long run and you're not moving because you got a 30-year mortgage and you're not going to move and jump from apartment to apartment. That's why it says, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of in Daniel, let him that read this flee. So you're gonna have to be ready to give up everything you have when you see those troops and being in a position where they're not supposed to be. So when you see troops in your hometown and your city that aren't normally there, such as your officers, but now you see a uptake in these UN troops, it's time to get the hell on up out of there, man. Or if you want to sit there and chance it, then take the chance and have them lift you up and cart you off into one of these internment camps where they're going to house these dissidents, okay? Because make no mistake about it, they putting a internment camp or what they call a FEMA camp in every state, okay? So this is a dissident, a person who opposes official policy, especially that of an authoritative state, right? And we're coming up against this new regime. Why? Because we're preaching the truth, and in doing so, we're exposing them for their wickedness, and they can't have that bucking up against their new world order. So what are they going to look to do to get rid of us, okay? And try to reprogram some of us with the image of the beast and give us that mark, okay? But we have to stand on business and be faithful until the end, even if it means giving up our life, all right? Because it's only temporarily. We're going to get it back in the kingdom, all right? And we're going to be the first ones to be called up to the chariots, the clouds, when Yahweh Shai comes back, pursuant to 1 Thessalonians 4:16, if I'm not mistaken, all right? So it says, dissident, a person who opposes official policy, especially that of an authoritarian state. A dissident who had been jailed by a military, all right? And I'm going to play a clip of just that same scenario, okay? And you can see something like that being played out for one of us, okay? Being brought before magistrates and kings and having to give a testimony and a witness for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, okay? Be ready, all right? This is serious. If you ain't ready, it's going to show in that day, man. You're going to fold like a cheap deck of cards, all right? It's going to show whether or not you are of the elect, all right? Because you're going to have to endure until the end. Some of us ain't going to be able to make it all the way into the end. Some of us going to crap out, man. That's going to show who is the elect, all right? Because a lot of people talking good right now, including myself. Okay? A lot of people talking good right now until that adversity faced them, okay? And then that's going to show who is the elect, who's going to be purged, who's going to be made more fine than the wedge of Ophir, all right? So this is serious. And if you ain't ready, it's going to show in that day, all right? So it says, a dissident who had been jailed by military regime. And the next video I'm going to play is of a dissident who they deem and demonize in the eyes of the public, to the fact that, the protesters are, parading and making mockery of this person and put on a poster and threw him from off a bridge to simulate him getting hung, okay? So this thing is serious, man. If you're scared, it's gonna show. All right? Hey, get ready, man. You know, be ready. You're gonna hear things like that going off in the distance. Okay? This thing is no joke, man. So get ready. Stay in the faith, man. We getting ready to go into a time like there's never been before. Jacob's trouble. All right? So I'm gonna play this video, and then I'm gonna get an article on another woman that they label a dissident and gave her a hefty jail fine. When you add up all the years, she received 37 years. Okay? So get ready, man. All right? Let's go get that video.
بود یه نفر رو پهلوی و دنده سمت راستش من یک ضربه با پای چپم به سر ایشون وارد کردم، سر و گردن ایشون. اینطوری بعد از اینکه این یه مقدار دورش خلوت شد، من رفتم
از محکومان پرونده
داغمو در آوردم و
So these men were brought before these magistrates, these rulers, and they were only given 15 minutes to defend themselves. Well, what does the truth tell us? Take no thought on what to say. Okay, so when we're brought forth in front of these judges, these magistrates, and they say you only have a amount of time to tell us why we shouldn't execute you, take no thought on what to say. Okay, it's going to be given to us in that hour by the Holy Spirit. All right, for a testimony of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right. So we're going to be ready, man. All right. And if they execute us, so be it, man. We're martyrs for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's sake. All right. It's an honorable thing to give up our life. All right. For Yahweh Shai. For a testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right. So get ready, man. Get in the spirit. Get your mind right. All right.
اندازه 2 تا بند انگشت گذاشتم فشار دادم.
این 2 نفر به اعدام محکوم شدند و حکم دادگاه پس از تایید در دیوان عالی کشور اجرا شد.
محسن جان امروز 40 متر.
And this is what they're going to do. They're going to, you know, put forth together a demonized, you know, report on us. So in the eyes of the public, they're going to be, you know, chanting and cheering for us, you know, that we're going to get hung, okay, or executed. In the eyes of the public, we're going to look like public enemy number 1, okay? Those are those people that's causing us to be in the predicament we in right now. You know, hang them. What did they say? Give us Barabbas. Let Barabbas go. Okay? That same campaign, they coming to look to put forth us, okay? They building cases on us, and they're going to put us on display, okay? We're going to be a spectacle, okay, for everybody to see. But just like everybody's watching, the angels are watching us too, okay? And it's an honorable thing to give up our life, man. For Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for a testimony for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. It's an honorable thing, man. Okay? So yeah, they're gonna have spectators watching and making mockery of us, okay? It says we're gonna be a spectacle for the Lord's sake. Okay, so here it is. Protesters displaying a painting of one of the executed men off a motorway bridge. Okay, and you gonna see, hey, get ready, man. Like I said, get ready. All right.
خیابون وسیع خیلی زود ما مردم تمام ایران رو میبندیم. برادرم راهت ادامه داره. 27 دی تهران اتوبان همت.
All right, this is an article on an Iranian woman who is labeled a dissident. It says Iranian dissident Safari sentenced to further 18 and a half years for comments about you see the word, okay? So they are building cases against us as we speak. They are collecting evidence that they're going to present in front of it could be a live audience or a live jury, or it could be just televised, all right? But it says this Iranian woman, which they label a dissident, sentenced to further 18 and a half years for comments about you see the people, okay? Those fake, you know what, those 1948ers, all right? So it says, give me 1 second. Okay, we back online, all right? So this article, which is put out by the Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, the headline reads, Iranian dissident Safari sentenced to further 18 and a half years for comments about the 1948ers, okay? And they got who they want. They are casting lots on particular individuals of this truth, okay? They casting lots. Okay, I want this individual. I want that individual. I want that one. I'm going to do this with this one. I'm going to do that with that one. So they casting lots, all right? And in order for them to be justified in the eyes of the people, they got to demonize us, okay? So they building and putting together cases right now against each and every one of us. If we do, you know, succeed and make it through and don't fold, they are ready for the next phase after that, which is the demonization, where they're going to put us in front of a jury or in front of a live audience, whether it's on TV or whether it's in person, okay? So it goes on to read, Fatima Safari, a prominent critic of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been sentenced to an additional 18 and a half years in prison for supporting You See the People. Okay, so this woman was given an additional 18 years. Okay, so I think her sentence altogether was 37 years. It says, has been sentenced to an additional 18 and a half years in prison for supporting the 1948ers. A thinly veiled reference to her condemnation of an October 7th attack by Hamas, designated a terrorist organization by the U.S. and EU on You See the Word 1948ers that unalived some 1,200 people, mainly civilians, okay? So I guess her countrymen didn't take too kind of us supporting the 1948ers, and they gave her a hefty prison sentence, jail sentence of, when you add all the years up, 37 years. Okay? So it says, Asghar Safari, the dissident brother, told RFERL Radio, Farther, the Islamic Revolution Court of Mashhad convicted Fatima Safari on multiple accounts. 7 years for supporting those 1948ers, 7 years for conspiring against eternal security, 3 years for insulting the supreme leader, and 1 year and 6 months for propaganda activities against the regime. Right, and you can see them building those type of cases against us, but for the totally opposite, for us calling out those fake 1948ers, okay? It says, he said that with the new sentence, Fatima Safari, who suffers from a heart alignment, now faces a cumulative punishment of 37 and a half years, okay? And that's how Esau gonna try to, come and throw the book at us. you're going to get 100, 200 years, knowing that he only got a short amount of time allotted to him. So we're not afraid of your life's prison sentence, your 100-year prison sentence, your 25-year prison sentence, however many, sentence years you're going to give us. We're not afraid because we know you only have but a short time. And if we are of the elect, we pray that the Most High keeps the Holy Spirit on us all the way until the end, okay? It says Safari was originally arrested in September 2022 as protests erupt across the country over the unalive of Mahasha Amini, a 22-year-old woman who was taken into custody by the morality police for allegedly violating the country's hijab law and unalive while in detention. Okay? So, hey, be thou faithful until the end, and thou will receive a crown. Okay? So you see, once they label you with that word dissident, it's a negative, a negative connotation. Okay? They're gonna label you that. All right? They're gonna put these labels on us. Okay? And probably much more. Okay? This is just one of the labels, a dissident. All right? So get ready. You women, you're gonna be tried as well. Okay? They're gonna gather you up and bring you in and see what type of information you know and see whether or not you can be broken and reprogrammed to fit their beast system, okay? Along with the children. They're going to use your children against you, all right? So, hey, get yourself together. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right, all right? So now let's go and get a few more articles, okay? Because this is an article on showing you how they go about tracking. Check this out. This is the original article. It says Google will track your location for the next 180 days. Then it stops. Now this was back on June the 7th, 2024. Now let's go to the website today and see what it says now. Now it reads, Google's online location tracking ends in December. Here's what that means. Okay, let's go ahead and read a little bit of it. It says there's a constant balancing act taking place on the smartphones that run our lives, privacy versus convenience. And that's all what they're trying to sell the mass is convenience, okay? It's all about convenience, okay? That's what this mark is going to offer. The one in your forehead and the one in your right hand is going to offer you convenience above all, okay? It says, on the one hand, you know that hand, we can't get enough of the easy button lifestyle hacks that make everything so much simpler than in the past. On the other hand, we don't want to be tracked or have our data pilfered and analyzed. Right. It says, unfortunately, one feeds the other, and so the balancing continues. Now, where is this more true than for location tracking and data capture? Our smartphones can map our every movement, tracking times and places, and then using AI to draw inferences. This must be where you work, shop, play. This could be a friend. So they could put together the pieces of the puzzles just by, using your smartphone to see, okay, this must be where you work because your location has been here for 8 to 10 hours. Okay. This must be where you shop. This must be where you play. This must be a friend. Okay. And your friend could be used as a tracking device if they have a smartphone. All right. They putting all this stuff together, man. They building the case. They putting the case together. Okay. Call it conspiracy theory and call it cuckoo if you want to. Okay. But you've been warned. Okay. Whether you want to take heed or not, that's on you. It says, now where is this more true than for location tracking and data capture? Our smartphones can map our every movement, tracking times and places, and then using AI to draw inferences. This must be where you work, shop, play. This could be a friend. This is likely somewhere you'll sleep tonight. I'll charge your phone slowly. So they can get all this information just by tracking your smartphone, okay? They know exactly when you sleep to not come in and, swoop you away. They know when you working, if they want to come and get you right after work. That's why you have to be keen on prophecy, man. You have to be keen on prophecy. If not, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get swooped and carried away. Okay? It says, this is likely somewhere you'll sleep tonight. So they can, just by tracking your time and location, they can pretty much, pinpoint when you're going to sleep at. They know exactly the places where you rest your head at. Whether you stay at your house or your apartment, or whether you go over to your friends, your lady, one of your side pieces, whatever. They know. They are tracking you and watching your routine, okay? They have been. And now all of a sudden, they're looking to do away with it at the end of this year, December. Go figure. It says, but it's a privacy nightmare. That data is the world's largest virtual spy agency. And when combined with GPS tracks from cars, wearables, and the online breadcrumbs and search histories we leave constantly, the apps that pull data from our phones when in use and when not, is no surprise we are where we are. Right. And trust and make no mistake about it. They already know your routine. Okay? They watch. And like I said, now that Amazon is allowing to be allowed to have these drones fly further distances now, they could pick up and get up to date, live feed. Okay? So, hey, we are being surveillance, okay? Make no mistake about it, all right? But we're not worried about that. Why? Because we have complete trust and faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right? So we ready, man. Through the power, through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we ready, okay? Love not the world, neither the things in it. For if you love the world, the spirit of the Most High isn't in you. I'm roughly paraphrasing that. And we do not love the world. We hate our lives, okay? We don't care, man. We ready. We ready for the kingdom, okay? We ready. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? So it says, it's no surprise we are where we are. Right. So it says, thankfully, in the last few years, there have been attempts to tidy this up to an extent, led largely by Apple, with Google dragging its feet behind. We now have very specific location permissions and mandatory opt-outs, and a heavy focus on the precision of the captured data and when and how it can be recorded. Right. So, hey, it is what it is, man. If now they want to try to put an end to it after they've already gathered the necessary information and intel that they're going to use and build cases upon each and every one of us that they see or feel deemed a threat, let it be, man. There's nothing we can do, okay? We ready. All we pray is that the Most High do not remove the Holy Spirit from off of us, okay? So we are ready. Now let's get this other article about Amazon, having drones in the sky and flying greater distance now. All right, this is Amazon. This is from the web page, Local 12. It says, Amazon's delivery drones get federal permission to fly longer distances. So now they can fly longer distances from the hubs, okay? Potentially dropping off products at your front door or at your driveway if it have one of those QR codes, okay, on your sidewalk or on your driveway, all right? So, this is the age of surveillance, okay? They know exactly what they're doing, man. And like I said earlier, whether it's individual posing as a salesman trying to sell you solar panels or gutters for your roof or whatever it is coming to your door. Even those, so-called Jehovah Witnesses, man. Some of them could be, potential agents, all right? So, hey, whatever it is, we not sweating it, man. We know exactly what time it is, okay? We know they going to roll on some of us pursuant to Isaiah the 59th chapter and the 19th chapter. But when they do, some of us are going to be given those warlike spiritual powers, okay? So it says Amazon's delivery drones get federal permission to fly longer distance. Undated CNN, News Source, CNN, WKRC. Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, gave Amazon drone delivery service the green light. On Thursday, Amazon said the FAA approved the online retail giant to allow its drones to fly longer distances without ground spotters. Right. So, don't be surprised if you see drones flying in your air. They've been given the green light by the FAA. Okay. And I seen on another video, insurance agencies using drones as well to see, whether or not the houses that these people are claiming are up to code or not. Okay. So, hey, this is the age of surveillance, man. They building cases on all of us, all right? But we can't be worried about that, all right? We are, fighting for this truth's sake, okay? So whatever it is they're going to use to demonize us, so be it, man. This is what we are getting. This is what we are involved in, okay? We understand that. We understand the cost of, we understand the cost of doing business, okay? For this truth. Some of us got to give up, our lives for this truth. We understand that, okay? So understand what you're involved in, all right? And it's going to show in those days, all right? Now, enough talking. Let's go and actually get some precepts. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It reads, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." And that's exactly what they're doing with all these, laws and executive orders and bills they trying to put into effect to turn into laws. That's what they're doing, okay? They writing unrighteous decrees and grievousness which they have prescribed, okay? And eventually they're going to backtrack and find things that we said, prior to them writing these laws and bills that they can use for future references to build cases up against us, okay? So, make no mistake about it, man. They building cases on all of us, all right? But, those of us that are in this truth, the elect, we going to endure to the end no matter what they come up with, all right? Because Revelation 12 and 17, it says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman." Who is the woman? Israel. "And went to make war with the remnant of her seed." Who is that? The elect. Who are the elect? "Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." Right, so they coming for the elect, okay? But they going to get another surprise. They're going to be met with, a spiritual warlike power, okay? Some of us are going to receive that warlike power, man. Okay? Matter of fact, let's go there and read it. Isaiah 59 in verse 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him." All right? So a standard is going to be lifted up, okay? Let's go into that word. Okay. The H7307, Hebrew, the word 7307, rakah, and one of the outline biblical usage is 3, and it says imparting warlike energy and executive and administrative power. Right, so some of us are going to be given that, administrative power, that warlike energy, okay, to, take flight. Some of us going to be able to fly. Some of us are going to be able to put these troops to flight, okay? So, hey, Esau, when he rolls, man, he going to have a huge surprise waiting on him, man. When he comes through that door and when he meet the Most High through his servants, he going to be met with spiritual powers, man. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual, okay? Tearing down strongholds. So he's going to be met with spiritual powers, okay? Some of the brothers are going to receive those spiritual powers and going to send Esau and going to send him to flight, okay? So, hey, get ready, man. Be ready, okay? Some of us will receive those spiritual powers on this side, okay? So get ready when they roll, because they are going to roll and cart some of us off into these, these camps, these centers, these detention centers, okay? So let's go there and read that. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It's good to know. Get yourself together. Revelation 2 and 10. It says, for none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Slakia. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right, so we are commanded to be faithful unto death, and we're going to receive that crown of life, okay? And if we are of the elect, we have to know exactly what we involved with, okay? Some of us will be martyrs for this truth's sake, for Yahweh's sake, for a testimony of Yahweh. So when we are brought forth, in front of these kings and magistrates, take no thought on what to say. Revelation, Slakia. Luke 21 and about the verse I'm looking for is 12. It says, Luke 21 and verse 12, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, which we just read in Revelation 2 and 10. Being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And we seen a image or video on how that scenario could look, okay? As a dissident, we seen they're going to, potentially bring us in front of kings and rulers and say you have 15 minutes to plead your cause, okay? And it says what? Take no thought on what to say. It says, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Verse 13. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. So it's going to be a testimony. It's going to be a beautiful thing, okay? Verse 14, settle it therefore in your hearts, in your mind, not to meditate before what ye shall answer, right? So don't be thinking, this is what I'm going to say if they ask this question here. I'm going to meet them with this right here. No, the Holy Spirit is going to guide you, okay? Proverbs 3 and right around verse 4, 5, and 6. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding, and he shall direct thy ways, their paths, okay? So, hey, it's going to return to us for a testimony. We're no longer seeking to defend ourselves. We're seeking to give a testimony for Yahweh's sake, right? Because why? We are made a spectacle amongst men and angels, okay? So it's going to be televised for the whole world to see. And it could very much well boost and give, a boost faith to the elect that's watching, okay? Because you may never know. You may have an elect watching somewhere, off in the cut and seeing it being televised, and hey, it could give them a strong faith strong boost in faith. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read that. 1 Corinthians, is it? 4. First Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, "For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to man." Right. So we're going to be put on front street to be seen. Okay. We're being seen right now, but we're also going to be seen in that time in front of kings and magistrates and rulers and men that's watching, whether it's on television, whether it's on their smartphones, whether it's on that mark that is in their forehead. You know, we're going to be made a spectacle. Okay. It says what? "For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to the angels." And the angels are watching too, man. The angels, hey, they like, man, them brothers right there, hey, they body, man. They getting down for the crown. Okay? Because, man, hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's an honorable thing, okay? To know that you giving up your life for Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, giving up your life for a testimony for Yahweh Shai's sake. Even the angels are watching, man. The angels got, much respect, man. Because we are doing this in the flesh. In the flesh. Before we are changed. The last hurdle, okay? The last test of faith. The last test, man. You talking about the potential last test before you get changed. Okay? Having your head put in the guillotine and having the executioner being told what to say and telling you, do you have any last words, or do you want to denounce that God you believe in and save your life? Hey, man, it's an honorable thing, man. Because it's going to show who you are. It's going to show what you made of. It's going to show whether or not you are of the elect. So, hey, say hell with it, man. Forsake this life. Let them release the rope. You don't know if that blade is going to bend. You got to have faith all the way into the end. You don't know if that blade is going to bend and freak their ass out, man. You don't know how this thing is going to play out. Okay? Got to keep that faith, man. You got to have that faith all the way into the end. And what does it say in Revelation 20 and 4? You're going to receive that crown. Okay? So we are made a spectacle. Okay? Matter of fact, let's go there in Revelation 20 and 4. Revelation 24, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads, or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the anointed 1,000 years." So it's an honorable thing, man. It's an honorable thing. And like, they build up a case and falsely accuse Yahweh Shai, they're going to do the same thing with us. St. John 2 and 19. Because they took what Yahweh Shai said out of context and tried to use against him when they brought up charges against him. This is St. John 2 and verse 19. It says, "Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Then said the Jews, 46 years was this temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days? But he spake of the temple of his body." Right. So they, use this account against him to, you know, show how going up against he is of the truth, you know. But they took it out of context, and the same thing they gonna do against us. They gonna look for some stuff we said way back in the day, and they gonna bring it up against us, and they gonna put it against us, and they gonna use it, chop it up, however they want to do it, and demonize us, okay? So fear none of these things, okay? Some of you should be cast into prison. We read that. It says, Revelation 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. The optimal word being fear. Fear none. None is the real optimal word. So fear none of those things, okay? False accusations, you know, titles they try to put on us, you know, fear none of those things, okay? It says, Yahweh said what? If they have persecuted you, they will also persecute me. If they have kept my saying, they would keep yours also. So Yahweh had to get it, we gonna have to get it, you know? St. John 15, is it 18? St. John 15:18. If the world hate you, you know that they hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Verse 20, remember the word that I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. So if Yahweh went through it, what make you think some of us ain't going to go through it? It says, if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Okay? And they falsely accuse Yahweh. So how much more us, the servants, okay? They're going to falsely accuse us as well. And it's going to be some of our own people. Okay? It says, if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Some of them are going to keep our sayings. Okay? Some of them that are brought there, you know, to give and be a spectacle are going to keep our sins. You know, they're going to be converted. This thing is going to be far out, all the way into the end, man. All the way into the end when those missiles come, okay? And the same time we getting, you know, carted off into the chariots, those missiles are going to come down and destroy all these wicked 2/3 Jakes and along with the rest of the heathens here in America. Okay, so this thing going to be far out, all the way into the end, man. And you have to have faith to endure all the way into the end. All right? So get yourself right. Get your spirit, get your mind right, man. These things are true and faithful, okay? So while you trying to put and worry about, you know, how am I going? No, don't worry about it. Just trust in Yahweh, man. He going to take care of us, all right? Those of us that are truly and really believe this truth, we going to be taken care of, all right? Take no thought. It tells us that. Saint Matthew 6, and I think it's right around the 30th verse. St. Matthew 6:24, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you should put on. Is not the life more than meat and the body than raiment? So the Most High got us, man. He got us. All right? If you are of the elect, you taken care of. We're going to go through it, yeah. But our faith is what's going to get us through, okay? We're going to feel the, you know, we're going to feel it just like the other people. But the only thing that's separating us from the other people is our faith and who we believe in, our power. Okay, because why the other 2/3 had the time to repent, they didn't do so. They didn't have faith. They didn't believe. Okay, so, hey, take no thought, man. We're going to be good all the way into the end. We're going to go through rough patches and we're going to be tried. And we're going to have to, you know, see exactly who we are. It's going to show what you made of. Okay, it's going, hey, Jacob's trouble is going to show exactly what you made of. All right. So take no thought, man. All right. So we going to be taken care of, man. They going to label us all different types of titles and names and categories and put us in different type of categories. You know, dissident is just one of the words, the names, the titles that they going to give us, man. They going to come with it all, okay? Treason. They going to put all type of articles on our rap sheet, okay? Same thing they did with Yahushua. They have persecuted him. Our Lord will make you think they're not going to persecute us, the servant, okay? They put on his subscription, King of the Jews, okay, mocking him, okay? What you think they're going to put on our rap sheet, okay? So, hey, this is all part of prophecy, man. Get ready, okay? It's going down, all right? You mockers, you non-believers that's saying it's cuckoo, it's crazy, it's a conspiracy theory, the Bible ain't real, it's just a book that give you morals and give you, you know, something. No, it's real. Prophecies are real, man. And we're going to see them play out in these last days, if it be the Lord's will, all right? So let's go ahead and close up and take it and wrap it up with 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. And you know, he's coming. Okay. He's coming. All right. He's making his move. Okay. He's making his moves. He's checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty or nice. Okay. And if you ain't, you know, keeping with the faith and the truth, he's going to make a visit, okay? Whether he coming down the chimney or he coming through the front door or he catching you and intercepting you through one of your regular routines, posing as a routine traffic stop, okay? If you don't take heed to these prophecies and know exactly what time you in and get caught up, that's on you, man. So be sober. Stay in this truth. Don't waver. Be vigilant. Continue to watch. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? He really wants the elect, but he's not going to be able to touch the elect. So he's going to have to settle for what? The 2/3. Okay? He's going to have to settle for the 2/3, a 2/3 ninja. That's what he's going to have to settle for. The elect are of Yahweh. Okay? He can't touch the elect. But he can get a 2/3, okay? And that's what he's going to have to settle for, all right? So I pray someone was edified through this lesson. You know, that's going to wrap it up on this topic, you know, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.